And the numbers of infections and incapacitations, together with an array of minor factors, will greatly determine if a shift from a higher state to a lower state of quarantine is in order once the status quo lapses next weekend. So says National Task Force for COVID-19 head honcho Galvez, who expressed confidence of the task force's readiness for a change in the status quo, even as he assured massive diagnostic tests to ramp up each day, even after next weekend's deadline. PTV correspondent Kenneth Paciente has more.
9 days before the enhanced community quarantine lapses on the 15th, the big question now is, will the megacity and other high-risk areas downgrade to a less restrictive general enhanced community quarantine from the ECQ? National Task Force COVID-19 Chief Implementer Secretary Galvez Jr. said this matter is already being discussed by the Interagency Task Force for the Management of Emerging Infectious Diseases. He added that many things should be considered before the execution of enforcement of a new state of containment, like the movement of number of cases every day. He likewise added that this is a serious matter that should not be taken lightly.
Titingnan po natin po ang technical working group under kay Secretary Chua at sila po ang nakakaalam po nito ng tinatawag nating mga experts sa pandemic crisis.
But if ever the Mega Manila is to be placed under a GCQ, the NTF as well as other agencies is preparing to strictly implement the required restrictions under the new normal policy.
So nag-prepare po ang lahat ng mga agencies, lahat po ng different private sectors ay nag-present po sa IATF kung ano po magiging kanilang natawag nating mga restrictions para magkaroon po talaga ng new normal sa social distancing and also yung tinatawag nating mga biosafety requirements.
The Secretary further explained how they are closely cooperating with local government units to boost swabbing and massive testing, because through this, infected individuals could be identified as early as possible so they can be isolated and be given medical attention. And with the people infected being contained or isolated, a modified enhanced community quarantine in the megacity and other high-risk areas has to be seriously considered.
Napag-usapan po namin ng ating mahal na Pangulo through testing, massive testing, dito sa Metro Manila, tinitingnan po namin na pagka once na-accomplish po ng ating mga LGUs before May 15, pagte-test ng ating mga suspected COVID cases, ay pwedeng most probably makakaroon po ng tinatawag nating magkaroon na po tayo ng mga modified ECQ para at least mali po natin yung mga restrictions.
The COVID-19 chief implementer meanwhile emphasized that due to the absence of a surefire medicine and vaccine against the virus, it is uncertain to tell when this crisis ends. However, he reiterated that government's recovery plans are in place to expedite the country's redemption once the pandemic is over. Kenneth Paciente for The Nation.